Turkey, which had one of the fastest growing coronavirus outbreaks in the world, says it's now turning the tide. The growth in infections has dropped to its lowest level since the country's first case in March. The authorities say a nationwide contact tracing system, which involves almost 6,000 teams, is one of the key weapons in the fight against Covid-19. From Istanbul, our international correspondent Ola Girin reports.
How do you track a virus that sweeps unseen through a city? In Istanbul, home to more than 16 million, the answer is you don't waste a minute.
Right from the very beginning, we were ready for the Covid-19. This is where we pick up the calls.
They've been contact tracing since day one, when Turkey's first case was diagnosed in March. The system is well developed from decades of tracking measles. It relies on tireless work by doctors and nurses.
We are, as a team, feel as if we were in a war because people forget to go home. They don't know the time frames that they're working in. We say that, okay, 8 hours is completed, but they don't even care going home because they know that this is a duty that they have to complete before it spreads to anyone else.
So 1,200 tracing teams fan out across the city. We joined them in Fatih, the heart of old Istanbul. Step by step, they track the virus. Here, checking on two flatmates whose friend is COVID positive. Sumaya and Nazla, both in their 20s, are tested on their doorstep. Just a day after developing mild symptoms.
We follow foreign news, and when we first heard about the virus, we were really scared. But Turkey has rallied faster than we thought, much faster than Europe and the United States.
Well, the doctors are out of their PPE now. Everything has been bagged up. It's going to be disposed of safely. They've taken the swabs and they'll be sent off to the lab, and the results will be back within 24 hours. And even if they test negative, they'll have to remain at home for another 14 days.
We're keeping the virus out of the streets. That's very important for us. Once we isolate them, the virus stops spreading to their friends, to their relatives, to their co-workers.
That seems to be working so far, along with widespread testing and partial lockdowns. The official death toll here is relatively low, around 4,300. International experts say Turkey has managed to shield its people from a greater disaster. Ola Girin, BBC News, Istanbul.